Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Um, Let us see what are we doing today. So let me do one thing. I'll just give you a recap of what we did in the previous episode. So we installed components that we wanted to run. And we were able to run this application here for AI news summary. So we just changed a little text. That's all. There was nothing fancy. So today we'll be doing the actual coding. So before that, let me go through what are the things that we're gonna cover today. So for that, let me do one thing. I'll create a new file. Let me call it as news feed draw.io. So I have a plugin installed, draw.io. So what this does is this will give me a nice picture of a representation of what I'm trying to convey you guys. So today what we gonna do is let's assume there is a browser over here. This is a browser. So from browser, what we do is it will come to API news. We'll be going to create a folder API news, and from there, let me copy paste this. We'll be having a code news.ts, and from there it would go to news API. This is an actual news API that we're gonna use, and then it will be a UI component. So let me do one thing. Let me think of like this. So where you will be seeing articles. Okay, there'll be number of articles here. So just to reiterate, from browser, I'll be going here. So you might ask one question: why are we creating this separate structure over here? So the reason is we shouldn't or we should never call any of the API from UI directly. So that's why it's always a good practice to have a backend system where that backend will be taking care of heavy loading, heavy lifting, and giving you the response. So our UI should be lightweight. It shouldn't do anything. It should be kind of a static UI where it just displays the text whatever it gets. Okay. Yeah, news to news API. From API we get articles. Okay, so we'll be doing all these things today, and we will see how it looks. Okay, so let me close or let it be open. We can use it at a later point of time. So as I was telling you before, right, we need to create a few folders now. So before that, what I would do is I will have this news API link added in my description. You can go ahead and create a new key for that news API. So if you want to know how I create those key, you can comment below saying you need more information on creating those keys. I'll be very much happy to show you how I did that. But for today, I've assumed that you have gone to that link that's mentioned in the description, and you have got your own keys where you'll be calling a real news API. So you'll have to create an account also for that. So I've done all those things and I've copied the key for myself. And there is a folder that you'll have to create .env .local. So this is where I've actually copied my key. So and that will be something like this news API key. Oops, sorry. So, so this is how the news API key would be there in that specific file that I mentioned. So for the security purpose, I'll not be going inside and showing you my keys. I don't want my keys to be exposed. So this is how it will be there. So the key that you generate will be over here, and this is a key value pair that will be fetched. Okay. So let's move on. So next important thing is I was telling about API call, right? So we should install a package. I'll be using Axios package. Uh, Axios, which will give me the API request and the response. I'll be able to use that. And okay, it has got installed. So the next step is I'll have to create a service layer now. So it's always best practice to have a service layer, in the sense all my business logic will be over there. So let me call it as lib. Okay, the folder. Okay, I've already created that folder called lib. Let me remove it in the interest of time, and let me create a new one for you guys. Okay, let us go ahead and create a new folder called lib. Okay, so inside that, I'll be creating a file called news.ts. So let me create a file news.ts that will be in the library. So let us have a business logic code written over here. So I'll be using Axios here. Let me import that Axios package from Axios. Okay, let me write a function, async function. And let me call it as get news. It will be having a, let us see, topic. Topic is what we'll be sending, right? If you have seen my first video, we'll be sending topic, which will be in the form of string, and that's all I need. I'll be passing over here. Okay. Just checking if everything is fine. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And we'll be doing the next part. What is this here? Get news, taking get topic. Let me format this a little. Get news. Topic string. Okay, there you go. Okay, fine. So let me have a constant here. Constant will be my response. Response as it is showing here. No, I'll not be topic API key. Let me use that in params. That's always a better idea. Wait, Axios dot get, and I'll be using this. Instead of sending it like this, let me send it as a param only, so that it makes our life little simpler. Hmm. Um, Okay, so fine. The topic is being sent here, and let me add a few more things. So language is what I'm gonna add, and let me also sort this published at, and page instead of 5, let it be 20. Okay, so my business logic is ready now. Um, just checking if everything is fine. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so this seems to be fine. Okay, return data articles. Let me send articles only. I don't want any other junk data. I'm just checking on last time. Okay, fine. There you go. So this is a function get news, which is calling an news API. And for that news API, this is the parameters that we're gonna pass. So yeah, business logic is ready. And this function is a reusable component. We can use it anywhere in a global scope. That's why we wrote that. And let us write our first backend route. So what I do is inside my app folder, I'll be creating another folder called API. Not file, sorry. I'm gonna create a folder called API. News. I'll be creating a folder called news. Inside news, there'll be a file called route.ts. So this is where my backend route will be. And it will be taking that news over there. So let me do one thing. I'll import news response. Import news response from next. Server. Okay. Then I'm gonna import few more things. I need get news also here. So get news will be coming from here. And then let us write a function. Yeah, it gave me the option get request promise. Let me just take that request thing. Request request, and let me do like this so that it works better. So I need a URL. Yes, right. I need a URL. I need a topic for search param. Yes, that's right. I need articles. Get new topic, and next response articles written. Okay, I'll simplify it for now. Let me. I don't want to pass anything in header. Is what I'm thinking. Okay, let it be. We'll see at a point of time. Something happens. So we have our first backend system now. I'm using news response. Let me use that news response over there. I'll be returning that news response so that it looks cleaner. Okay. What does it say? Okay, oh, this is wrong. Okay. Doing all those things are here. Let me do one thing. Let me get rid of this and let me just have the articles. Okay, this looks cleaner is what I think. Okay, okay. Um, Fine. Yeah, I think we are good. So once I have this over here, right, I've just simplified it for understanding purpose. Okay. I've ran this file. If you can see here, I'm not seeing anything. So you might be wondering, we did a lot of code changes. Where did that go? So if you remember, we did not change anything on the UI. It's just the backend that we performed. So in order to test this, let us go to that specific path. So that was API slash news is where we added. So let me go here and see what it does. So see, hooray, this is fetching details from the actual API. This is a live API that we are getting details from. So it has source, it has name, author, title, URL, image, published, content, plus 2176 characters. This is the content which we are gonna summarize to make sure it works fine. Okay. So yeah, this is working fine. Let me remove this. Let us load this and let us go to the next step. So let's write something on the front end. Okay. So client. Okay. So let us write those things now. Fine. So I need few things over here. I need articles. So I'll be setting those articles over here. What is this error? Okay, let us look at it later. So I need this article. I need to import this useState. Let me import or let me add that import statements directly. So I have this import statement here instead of adding that. Add it here. Oops, this is wrong. This is not how it should be. This is how it should be. So sorry. Okay. Yeah, I have articles that I'm gonna fetch. That is fine. And then it dynamically stores data. I need an async function for loading the news. Let me create an async function here below. Async function load news. Let me call it as load news. And I'll be taking anything here. And it will have response of await fetch API news. Let me get rid of the topic. Topic should be sent by us. So it will be just this. and await response. It will be on the data, set article data. Yeah, fine, looks good. Okay, use effect, it's showing me to add use effect too. Let me add this use effect so that see, use effect will be using this will be called whenever we load the page first. So it will be loading the news, so it will be called only once, remember that, so that it will not be calling again and again in the same page invocation. So just to summarize, page loads, it goes to news load, and then news load will be calling an API. That fetch API is there in our library. It will go to that route and library and as business logic. Okay, fine. I think we are good over there. And now we'll have to render the articles. So in order to render the article, we will have to render it in the UI component. Okay, we'll fix that at a later point of time. What I will do over here is, let me render a component before div. So I'm not going to waste your time. So let us assume I have that already. So I've just made use of that. Okay. So what this does, this is a UI component where it's very easy for us to add. So I have a div over here. What that does is it takes the articles and it will be looping the articles. Let's say if there are more than one article, it will be looping those articles and it will be showing those articles in my UI. Okay. We've added that articles map here. This code is already running. Let me go back and see what my UI looks like. Oops, good. So this is how I'm getting the articles. So if I just go back to my draw.io, so we were in the browser. Browser is calling news and it's getting news from NewsAPI. And we are translating that news and we are showing that news in the browser back in a good format. So this is not a fancy UI. So here what I wanted to emphasize was not much on how hard the coding is. So we just wanted to know the concepts on how on each items looks like. So in the next episode, so what we would do is we will try to come up with a UI and we will see how this can be shown easily, and we'll also try to add Gemini API where we can add summarization. So that's all for this episode. Thank you all. Have a nice day, guys. Thank you.